Hello everybody, welcome back to Bandwagon Sports, and today I'm going to be going over Vancouver's Elias Pettersson problem. That is right, they have a Elias Pettersson problem. Not that they don't have an Elias Pettersson, because Elias Pettersson is on the Canucks, but they have not signed him yet. And something that Pettersson said earlier today is quite controversial to a potential Pettersson future or Pettersson dynasty in Vancouver. So I'm going to go over all the news, I'm going to go over all the stats, and what honestly I think is going to happen in the future with Pettersson and the Canucks between the two parties. And so without further ado, let's hop into today's video. So Elias Pettersson is a 22-year-old center/winger playing for the Vancouver Canucks. He was drafted 5th overall in 2017 and is honestly looking like one of the best picks out of that 2017 draft. Maybe the best looking pick at this point too, honestly. Such a great player. And Pettersson did end up winning the Calder in 2017, 2019, with 66 points in 71 games. Had an outstanding rookie year, and followed that up with another 66-point season. And this past season, he was injured for most of the year, but he still got into 26 games. He had 10 goals, 11 assists for 21 points, and looked like one of the best players on that very kind of sloppy, bad-looking Canucks team. Pettersson didn't struggle at all from the Canucks' downfall, which is really what brings me to today's video. Pettersson in his own, is a great player. He's excellent. He's going to flourish under any system, in any city, any team, whatever. But something that he came out and said today is why I wanted to make this video. Basically, Elias Pettersson, this is the statement that he said. "My agents do all the talking with the Canucks, and then they inform me about what's going on," Pettersson said, as translated by Hockey blah blah blah. "Right now we're not in an agreement, but I'm not worried that we're not going to solve it eventually. Both parties need to be happy in order to find a solution, but I'm not worried about that." And yeah, that's really not important. I do believe Pettersson is going to sign with the Canucks this offseason. No doubt about that. He'll probably get $7 or $8 million, I would assume. And this is the part that kind of caught me off guard and caught a lot of other people off guard. So here it is. "I want to stay there in Vancouver, of course, now, but I also want to play for a team that's winning and has the chance to go far into the playoffs every year," Pettersson added. "I feel like we've got a chance to do that next year if we have that chance when my next deal expires. I don't know. I just want to play where there's a chance of winning." And that's not saying that Pettersson wants to leave Vancouver. Obviously, he wants to stay from what he said here. But like a lot of players, he wants the chance to win. And if Vancouver doesn't turn it around in the next 4 or 5 years, then I do believe Pettersson has a real chance of leaving, because he will be in his prime. He'll be 27, 28 by the time his deal expires. I'm going to come out and say that I don't think Pettersson's signing a $7 or $8 million contract with Vancouver. He'll probably go on a 3, 4, maybe 5-year deal with the Canucks. And if they turn it around, he'll stay, and if they don't, then he will leave. So that's what I'm thinking. He'll probably get a 4-year deal around $8 million. That's my opinion. And yeah, obviously every hockey player wants to play. Every professional athlete wants to win the big prize. And it's not too often, though, a player comes out and says that, when my next deal expires, after this contract, if Vancouver doesn't get it turned around, then I might be on the way out. And personally, I'm not too worried. I think Vancouver has a very good, bright future ahead of them. I do believe that they're going to be in playoff contention again this year. Maybe not making the playoffs this year. It really depends on quite a few factors, and I'm going to say the defense and goaltending is the biggest one. But let's go over the Vancouver Canucks lines for this next season, because I do believe that this is a playoff-ready team with the additions that Vancouver has made this year. I do believe that they should definitely be in contention next year. So going over the first line, you have the same first line as the past couple of years. Miller, Pettersson, Besser. Excellent first line. You got your two-way, you got your playmaker, and you got your sniper. Works out perfectly. Your second line, you got a new addition here in Nils Höglander, who actually played last year. I don't know how he did, but I'm pretty sure he performed very well for the Canucks. At center, you have Bo Horvat, who is pretty much your perfect second-line center. Höglander had 27 points in 56 games. He played absolutely amazing. So did Horvat. And you actually have a new addition coming from the Arizona Coyotes, Connor Garland, who I believe has 60 to 70 point potential at his best. Garland can be a great 30-goal second-line scorer for you. And this is a really strong-looking top six to me. Höglander, I think, will break out having 40, 50 points. Bo Horvat's already in that 50, 60-point club, and Garland, I believe, in a full season has the potential to be a 30-goal, 60-point scorer as well. So no concerns there at all in your top six. And even your bottom six, you got guys like Tanner Pearson, Jason Dickinson, who is just added from the Dallas Stars. He's a great bottom six, two-way forward. Vasily Podkolzin could possibly be playing in that bottom six role next year. He's definitely a great power forward option for you. The fourth line looks a bit weak with Tyler Mott, Matthew Highmore, and Brandon Sutter, but I do feel like Brandon Sutter is a decent fourth line option for the Canucks. But you might see two other wingers emerge as above Mott and Highmore, but we will see. And really the defense is where I see a concern here. So your first pairing, you got Quinn Hughes and Travis Hamonic. Nothing new there. Honestly, just a decent, defensive pairing there. Hamonic, an average defenseman, and Hughes, obviously a great offensive defenseman, but really looked sloppy defensively last year. Did not look like good at all. On your second pairing, you got newly acquired from Arizona, also Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Tyler Myers. I do believe Oliver Ekman-Larsson will have a little bit more success in the Vancouver system. He might be able to play his offensive game a little bit more out with guys like Pettersson and Besser, and obviously teammate Connor Garland. He'll have a little bit more opportunity to get some points on the board. The defensive game still isn't there for Ekman-Larsson, which is really a big trend with the top two pairings here, where you got your offensive defenseman and then your shutdown guy. And we'll see how that system works. Tyler Myers, again, just decent, but Ekman-Larsson, I believe he can have a 40-point year in Vancouver. And then your third pairing, you got Jack Rathbone, Tucker Poolman. Right now, again, I don't think that pairing's set in stone at all. It's a little bit of a weak third pairing, so we will see what comes out of that. And then in net, you have Thatcher Demko, who is still an unproven goalie in the regular season. He had a good year this past year for the Canucks, but again, still very raw, still really not experienced at all. And backing him up is former Bruins backup Yaroslav Halak. And yeah, Demko played very good, 9-15 in 35 games played. But we will see how that transpires over the course of an 82-game season. And yeah, Yaroslav Halak backing up Demko. He had a bit of a down year last year, but we will see if he can bounce back in the Canucks system. And this is my dilemma right now. I believe that Vancouver has a really great squad, and I believe they're only going to get better with guys coming up out of the system. I don't believe they have any huge top prospects right now in the system, but definitely a playoff bound team. I do believe the Canucks have the potential to get a 4, maybe a 3rd seed in that Pacific Division, but we will see. So overall, with the Elias Pettersson news coming out that he potentially doesn't want to play in Vancouver after his next deal, I think that he has a long-term future in Vancouver, especially with the moves that the Canucks made this offseason. I think that they're only bound to continue to get better and continue to get more top-notch guys like Garland and Ekman-Larsson in their system. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to leave a like, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, please subscribe. But anyways, I will see you all in the next video. But for now, bye.